Yokoso, Japanese Questへ. Welcome to Japanese Quest. Today, the journey continues. Konnichiwa. Rolento, good to see you. Welcome, everyone. Today, we will continue our journey. What we do here, you can kind of see. We learn Japanese from Japanese games. We find new words. The first words we found, we add down here. The new words we find, we'll add up here. And word by word, our power level will go up. The goal right now, let's get to 3,000 power level. Sometime soon. Maybe someday, even 9,000, which is about fluency in a language. You need about 9,000 words. Sa, ikimashou. Also, let's find the king, because I think in this game right now, Dragon Quest XI, we are looking for the king. Let's see if they survived. So, good thing about this game, you can look at the adventure guide. We're all on an adventure. Boken means adventure. And ALH, konnichiwa. So something is strange. We know that because we see this adjective here. Okashi. Something is strange. Saigo no toride no yosu ga okashi. So something about this fort, this final fort, is strange. Nani ga okita no ka? So what happened? Okiru is to happen. We see ta, so we notice the past form. So what happened here? Of course, nani means what. So now what we're doing is toride o sumizumi made. So sumi is like a corner. So sumizumi made means until you've searched kind of every nook and cranny. Let's kind of search all around until we can find the king. And then, yeah, tansaku shio. Let's search for that king. Every nook and cranny. Ah, Stan, konnichiwa. Good to see everyone. By the way, my name is Akira. I'm a Japanese teacher right now. What we do in this channel, what do I mean right now? Always. On this channel, we learn Japanese from Japanese games. That's the theme. And that's the goal. So let's find some new words. Let's find some new sentences we can break down. And also in the game, as a side mission, let's save the world. Learn Japanese, save the world. Win-win. Alright, so where is the king? Let's maybe further down. Word says I'm ready for the journey. So am I. Sa. Ikimashou. So yeah, something is strange about this village. There were people everywhere. They must all be hiding somewhere. ID. Ohayou. Good morning. Chalk. Ohayou. Good morning, everyone. Let's find some words. And also let's find... Oh, here we go. Nani?
誰か誰か生きている者はいないのかおうよどこにおられる
So this guy has a voice that I recognize from a different anime. So each time I hear it, I kind of think of that. Yeah, I don't know if anyone saw my tweet. I just made a tweet on the Japanese Quest Twitter. Because yesterday we met a legendary voice. And I know some of you saw it on the Discord. But could someone link the Twitter? Because I kind of want to show it. This post that I made about this legendary voice we met yesterday. Let's see if I can find it. See if I can find the post. Let's see here. So here's the Japanese Quest Twitter. Getting close to 2,000 party members on there. And let's see. So yesterday, if you want to find this post, you want to like it, you want to retweet it, that'd be cool. Hype up Japanese Quest a little bit more. Find some new party members maybe. So yesterday on Japanese Quest, I noticed the legendary voice actor Wakamoto Norio he voiced one of the bosses. This boss right here, this guy we met and defeated. He had a weird eye. I always loved his voice as Mumkar in Xenoblade. That's this guy. He had a great voice in that game. But he's a legendary voice actor who also voiced people like Cell and Bison. And so if you want to see highlights of this legendary voice actor for mainly villains, I gave a link to some of his career highlights too. I linked some video game highlights too in the Discord if you want to see the Discord. Someone could maybe link that in chat too. And yeah, so what legendary voice will we meet next? Join the journey, find out, click on that. We got some bells. Thanks for the retweet. The hype is real. Let's go back to the game. And yeah, let's find some new words today. The last word we learned was kyampu. Means camp, obviously, because we did camp. And now this word we learned too. So as soon as possible, let's find what's going on in this village. Ikoku mo hayaku ikimashou.
Vegeta, what does the scouter say about his power level?
Scatter says power level is rising. So yeah, this is another voice that not sure if it's quite legendary status, but quite well known. He voices the Kogoro in Detective Conan now, at least since episode 500 something. He voiced the Tin Soldier in Kyotos in One Piece. Probably people in chat might know more people he has voiced. Thanks for the link, Kelly. And so what he's saying here, Dareka, Dareka, is someone there. So Dare means who, Dareka means someone. Is anyone still alive? King, where are you? Ah. Oha gozaimasu. Good morning. Tebi, good morning. Sa, ikimashou.
Dareka.
See, this is why you can learn words from games so well. You don't see this kind of emotion in a textbook. You see this emotion, it starts to wire things, I feel like, a bit more deeply into your brain. So, dare again, who, dareka. Someone. Is someone out there? Ah, Screer. Konnichiwa. Good to see you. Is someone out there? Someone is out there. You can see them over here. But maybe they're not. Maybe you can't see you. You're like behind the wall there. Because these party members, they are here too. Nani?
この音は
Oh, that sound. Yatta. So again, we learned the Japanese word for bark. Do you think we should power up with the power of barking? Because we've seen a lot of barking from this dog in this game. We could power up with the power of barking. Don't think we've learned this word yet. We probably have learned the word for meowing since we have Griffin Sensei down here. But the word for barking, we've seen a lot in this game too. Anyone can add new words here. Just got to go to the new words here section on the Twitter page, and we can level up. Ah, cool. Callie, I was just watching a Stephen Krashen video when he mentioned lots of very easy input being vital to language acquisition, which you get from games. Yeah. Krashen. Yeah, what you said too is, I was almost going to mention Krashen since you said, really the key is what his research shows. The key is comprehensible input, especially compelling, like really compelling, really interesting, comprehensible input. That's the key. So finding texts that you love, that you can understand, and that's the key to language learning. It's right there. We've now powered up with the power of barking. Thanks for adding it. So you have bow wow, barking, 1-1. We've powered up now with the power of dog barks. Not bad. Ah, sweet. Yeah, that sounds good. That is true too. Make it fun, doesn't feel like work. Wait, so what is happening now? I think they're singing like a song, but there's no voice to it, so it's kind of weird. So sing, people of Dundersill, the strong heart, people of the sun. We get the idea.
グレイグ、よくぞ、よくぞやってくれた。
So Greg, you have done well. Remember, his name is not Greg in the English version, not quite fantasy enough, it's Hendrik. So Hendrik, you have done well. And yeah, a really great thing about this game, they stop at each line. This is a feature that is very helpful for learning language from games. A lot of games don't have this feature, but that's another great feature that we don't think about so much, that for this game and some games like it, is really, really helpful. Ooh, I have a question regarding Raging Loop. Great, great visual novel. I'm looking to try it as my first visual novel. How would you rate the toughness in dialogue? Anything you would recommend? It is on the challenging side, I would say, overall. But if you really want to play it, you could give it a try because there's a free demo. Get the free demo, just try it. Or watch a playthrough and just see. The free demo is really long. Just get it. And if you dig it, play it. If not, try something easier. But yeah, there probably are easier visual novels, and you could probably do a Google search and find a better answer than I could give you right now on that. Yeah, pausing at each line helps so much. Yeah, on Switch there's a free demo for Raging Loop. Highly, highly recommend the game. To me, it's my favorite visual novel. I haven't played that many, but I love it. It's one of my favorite games, period. I got the book version too. Okay, so please move.
今まで薄暗くてよくわからなかったけど、男前になったじゃないか。やっぱりあんたは私の子だ。
Ah, Ohio. So before it was dark, I couldn't really tell, but you've become really manly now. So otoko is man. Otokomai kind of means manly, so you've grown up. And so yeah, you are, as expected, you are my child. Watashi no ko. Ko means child, watashi means I. So you are my child. And again, you see some emotion. Happy that we're still alive.
勇者よ、グレイグと力を合わせ、よくぞ太陽を取り戻してくれた。礼を言おう。
Okay. So the hero. So my name is Akira. So he didn't say that. He said Yusha, the hero. So combining your power with General Greg, you've done well to bring back the sun. Here's the sun. Taiyo. What do we do to the sun? Taiyo o torimoroshite kureta. We brought back the sun. Torimorosu, to bring something back. So, Reo Yo, I give you my thanks.
But しかし、世界は未だ混乱を極めておる。そなたはこの世界の希望、勇者じゃ。どうかロトゼタシアに光を取り戻してくれ。
Okay, so now the key is we're not done yet. So we again see the same verb. Maybe this one we could add to our power level because we see it twice in a very important context. So torimorosu, to bring back. So we brought back the light, we brought back the sun here, but now this is like the whole world, I believe, the whole kingdom. Not the whole kingdom, it's like the whole like continent or world, I don't really know. But whatever this is, that's the world. We need to bring the light back. Hikari o torimoroshite kure. So please bring back the light. Yeah. We saved the world a little bit. We saved like, I don't know, 10% of the world. Now we gotta save 100% of the world. So we did a bit. We saved the world a bit. We're gonna save the world more. So, but the world is still in chaos. You are the hope of the world, the Yusha, the hero. You are the Kono Sekai no Kibo, the hope of the world. And you'll notice I kind of jump around in these text boxes. That's because I kind of feature the key info. When you read in Japanese, you don't necessarily need to read and understand every single character. So I'm really trying to highlight what's really important. Like, what are the important nuggets of information? We got the hope of the world, that's important. Kibo, hope. Sekai no Kibo, the hope of the world. And what are we doing? We're bringing back the light. Hikari, that's the key. Any of these words can be new words to power us up too, if they're new words. Yeah, find the important stuff. Especially focus on that. You need to know what's important. Yeah, there's been research that showing the guidance of a skilled reader and kind of seeing how they read, seeing what clues they use, like what text features they use, that can help you read. So really that's what I do. That's the point of the stream, to level up other people in reading Japanese just a little bit. Or if even not that, if you just catch some word power-ups at the bottom, that's something too. All these are great words at the bottom we've already learned. And new word too. Bark power. You can gain that too. Let's go.
グレイグよ、今日まで我らが王国のためよく戦ってくれた。今宵の勝利はお前の力あってこそのもの。
Okay, so General Greg, he needs some thanks as well. So Greg, up until now for this kingdom, you have fought well. So tonight's victory is because of you.
されば、お前のその剣を今こそ世界のために役立てる時じゃ。意味はわかるな。
So, imi. This is a very good word. For language, for life, for everything. Meaning. So, you understand my meaning, right? So, imi wa. So, as for the meaning, wakaru. Wakaru na. So, you understand, don't you? And so, what do you understand? Now, so, ima koso. So, now is the time. For the world, your sword, Sonoken. So that sword, it's time for that sword to serve the world, to be useful for the world. How do you say for the world? That's kind of the key here. Sekai no tameni. So for the world, you must now offer your sword.
砦のことは案ずるな。民は強い。そしてわしもな。
So yeah, don't worry about the fort. Tami wa tsuyoi. The people are strong. Tsuyoi, strong, good word. Soshite, and washi mo na. So mo means also, washi means I, kind of for old man characters in a lot of fiction, especially. So washimo, I'm strong too. And then again we see the way to laugh. Ha ha ha. It is katakana. So we said katakana meant this guy was going totally crazy yesterday because he switched from hiragana to katakana. But yeah. Katakana you see here too. Doesn't mean he's crazy. There's different uses. Ah, Kelly. Arigato.
なに、悩むことはない。お前の心はもうとうに決まっておるのだろう。
Ooh, we added a new word too. Yakudatsu, to be useful. So yep, he said be useful for the world. And power level has gone up to 2964 with the power of dogs barking and with the power of saving the world. So look at the bottom right, power level going up. Now. Yosh. Nani. So Nani. What? There's nothing to worry about. So yeah, you've already decided, haven't you? Omae no kokoro. So your heart, great word here. Kokoro. Omae no kokoro. Your heart, you've already decided, haven't you? I think he's right. Interesting. So he says nothing, but he does say our name. Kind of weird. Usually they say like something, like Yusha.
我らが勇者よ、この命、今日からあなたに預けます。
Again, it's just me because I've watched One Piece, but this reminds me of One Piece because he just sounds so much like that character, who is also a knight that was very much a loyal character, like this character. So our Yusha, our hero. So Kono Inochi, this life, my life, Kyokara, from today, Anata ni azukimasu. I entrust to you. Should we take our sword out and like knight him? Is that this kind of moment? Yeah. He's Kurosu in One Piece. And like the toy soldier or whatever originally. Spoiler alert if you need to watch One Piece, but not really a spoiler. Finally, it's been a long time. Finally, he has become our nakama. Greg ga nakama ni kuowatta. So finally, Greg has become our party member, and that's good because we've had a number of Gregs who are our party members in the past on Japanese Quest. Sweet, and now we have Greg in the game as our party member as well. Let's go.
皆の者、夜が明けたぞ。我らの勝利だ。
So everyone, the night has broken. Is that how you say it? The night is broken? Sounds kind of weird. It is our victory. Anyway, the night has ended. The night has ended. The dawn has come. Oh yeah, I know. We talked about it earlier. It's very much the same voice actor. We learned that a couple streams ago, I think. Yeah, it's funny how like certain language things, they might be right, but sometimes they sound strange to your ear. The human brain and just the way we collectively build these languages at times can be very mysterious, I find. But that's kind of the fun of this project too. I feel like it's an experiment. It's a journey. It's an experiment with language. Not just Japanese all the time, sometimes English too, and we can kind of learn from each other. We can even, you know, language changes when you, in the way you use it. We can even, yeah, we can make new language. We can learn new language. We can, yeah, it's a good experiment. Language is a journey. Not just us, the whole world, really. Okay, so the sun has come back. The final fort has a banquet to celebrate, and this song of happiness echoes throughout the mountains. And then the night ended. Or yeah, why don't we go with what Word said? And then the dawn breaks. Yeah, I was wanting to say that, but that to me sounded a bit weird because I just don't say it. Like things you say, that's what sounds natural. Certain phrases, even though if they're like correct, if you don't say it, it can sound strange in your mouth or in your voice. Anyway, where are we? So now O no Tento. So we're going to the tent again of the king. So we meet the king again. I guess we're after the big party now. Konnichiwa. Ooh, so we're at the inn. I don't think we need to stay at the inn again, no. We got a pretty good deal here, though. Makes sense. You don't think, like, the person saving the world, and, like, everyone knows here we're saving the world, can get, like, a free stay? I guess we got money. We would want to pay, I suppose. Arigato, Yusha-sama. So thank you, hero. Let's go back to the king's tent. What's this guy about? So the most important thing is just living. You can see that at the bottom. Ichiban daiji, most important. I think you're right about that one.
Yo.
Yeah, Chalk, that's true too. But probably you might have a honeymoon period if we just saved everyone's life for the time being and brought back the sun. It's quite a feat.
Yo.
So maybe they'll be cool for a bit. Let's see. So where are we now? Yep, going to the king's tent. I think you can see it up there. Ooh, we got our friend too. Again, Wan. Just learned the word for bark. See some more of that. Derukuraru no Osama kara. So from the king of Dundrasil, Dengon nandakedo. So this is a message from the king. Anata ni taisetsu na yoji. So some important job he has for you. So go to the tent and ask about that. Alright, sounds good to me. Maybe he wants to capture you again? Yeah, I don't think so. So, yeah. Moshikashite, so perhaps, Matta Akira o tsukamaeru. So maybe he wants to capture us again? Doubt it. So this is kind of a phrase you'll see when something's a joke. So just kidding, basically. Mo zettai ni sono koto wa shinai. So yeah, he won't be doing that kind of thing now. I kind of wish, like, in Mario, I really like Mario Odyssey. I kind of wish we had a triple jump like that, and you could do the flip, like in Mario Odyssey. Hoo, 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 and, like, do a flip, and you could just, like, jump clear that wall. Like, that would be a good, like, bonus if you, like, beat the game in this game. Get a triple jump. Kleb. Yokoso, Japanese Castaway. Yeah, what we do here, we learn Japanese from Japanese games. If you're here for the first time, I'm a Japanese teacher. The words down here are for everyone's benefit. They're kind of like the foundational words you need that we learn from video games at the beginning of Japanese Quest. So welcome, new party member. Let's go. So did you sleep well last night? What? The people didn't let you sleep too much. So some good keywords here. Kino wa. So yesterday. So yesterday, gussuri means to sleep soundly. So were you able to sleep soundly?
よいよい それこそ平和の証
Ha 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 ha. Yoi yoi. So good good. Yoi means good. And then sore koso, so that, the fact that people kept you up. Heiwa no akashi. That is proof that we are at peace. Keyword here. Heiwa. Peace. And that's a great word. We've learned it in the past, so we probably don't need that here as a new word. If you wrote it, it would come up green here, means it's a duplicate. But let's find some new word. New words. This could possibly be a new word. Akashi. Proof. So it's proof of peace. We may have learned that, not sure. Yeah, that's right. It is proof that there is peace. That's right, Club. Heiwa no akashi. And in fact, ooh, we got a new party member. Welcome. I can show you how we level up. So if we go to our dictionary, let's check out the dictionary here, and let's type in that word. Akashi. Okay. And one word, common word, proof, evidence, sign, testimony. And you can see it has a few different meanings too, but the main one is proof, evidence, and there are, by the way, more common words for evidence. If you watch like Detective Conan, which I've been watching recently, the word they always use is not this word. They use shoko for evidence. So that's even more common. You'll see it all the time in games like Ace Attorney 2. And yeah, let's see if we have this word though. I think we might have learned it. Let's just check. Yep, so we did learn it. So it turned up green. So that we can delete. For fun, let's look up that other word for evidence. Let's just look up evidence in English. Evidence. So yep, the first one that comes up is the most common, like I said. Common word, N1 word. Really, it's N1? It's kind of surprising me. I thought it'd be more like N2 or N3. Shoko. Proof, evidence. Let's copy that. Have we learned that word? Really? We have not. So if you see, if you write it twice, it becomes green. I don't know why this one has like smaller text. Let's delete that one. Yeah, for some reason this one is a strange formatting still. We can fix that later. Let's make this one go away for now. And here we go. The power of evidence. We can level up with the more common word for evidence because for some reason we learned the less common one already. Let's learn both. But yeah, you'll notice the same kanji was there, right? If you look at this word. Shoko, evidence. And down here, same kanji. Looking good. Let's go back to the game.
Vegeta, what does the scouter say about his power level?
Power level is rising. What's the scouter say though? Let's check our scouter. Scouter says right now 2965. Power level is going up. Let's go. The goal over 9,000. Yeah, definitely makes sense. You'll see it a ton in Phoenix Wright games for sure.
さてと本題に入るかのグレイグお前に渡すべきものがある
Yeah, to be honest, I was maybe even saving this word for the day we play Ace Attorney. But if we haven't learned that and we did learn that other one, we might as well just learn it. We do that sometimes on Japanese Quest too. Because this is the more common word. We should really have learned that already. If we learned Akashi for evidence, we should learn Shoko too. Because every single episode of Detective Conan, they're like, Shoko ga arimasu ka? Do you have evidence? And they're like, every time, Shoko nara arimasu yo. If you want evidence, we got it. Every time, every episode. Super common word. At least in the detective genre. But in general, evidence is very important. We also learn based on the science, based on the evidence. That's why I'm doing this stream. learning things in context, learning things in a fun way, learning from a skilled reader, from a Japanese teacher, from a fun context like games. There is research that supports that idea. That's why we're doing it. So let's do it some more. And let's do some more research together. Let's see if it works. Okay, so let's get to the main topic. I've got something to give you, General Greg. Omae ni watasu. Watasu is to hand over. So I have something to hand over to you. Omae ni watasu beki mono ga aru. I've got something to give you. Let's see what it is. Eh?
それはデルカダールの盾。
Okay, I was wrong. I said that maybe the one who gets the shield will be us, but nope. Kelly, I like it. Japanese Quest is like story time with Akira Sensei, teaching us how to read and use pictures, videos as visuals. Yeah, I guess you could say that. Hopefully people dig it. I think it's pretty fun. So this is the Shield of Dundrasil. Here's the word for shield, tate. So Kleb says, this is so cool. I'm still processing what I'm watching. Yeah, there's kind of a lot going on, but the main features is we've kind of focused now on learning words and seeing how they fit together in the game. So I explained how they fit together, focusing on the key bits in the story. The words we've learned already, really important foundational words you can see down here. New words we add up here from the game. Anyone can add new words. And then our power level goes up. And then of course I write on the screen to focus on the key points in the story, the key points in the language. And that's really it. This is Griffin Sensei down here, our first party member. He's a kitty. There's an emote for Griffin Sensei. And it's just to help relax. We got a kitty, we can relax, have a fun place to relax and learn some Japanese. And I'm Akira Sensei, I'm a Japanese teacher, and together, it's not just me, together we can all go on a journey and learn some Japanese, hopefully in a fun, low-stress way. So let's go.
お前はわしにとって我が子のようなもの。旅立ちにふさわしき身支度を整えるのが親の役目。祝いじゃ。受け取れ。
Okay, so you are like my son. And so on your journey, it's the role of a parent to help you on your journey. So take it. So yeah, washi again means I. So washi ni totte. So this is a very useful piece of grammar here. So to me, so when you use ni totte, it means so to me. So washi ni totte, so to me, waga ko no yo. So you are like my son. You are like my child. Ko means child. So waga ko is like my child. So please, uketore, take the shield. Sweet, we got the shield of Thundersill.
よく似合っておるぞ。その盾は世界最高の騎士の証。そなたこそ勇者を守る最強の盾じゃ。
Okay. It looks good on you. Yoku niatte yoru. So niao again is to it suits you, it looks good on you. So sono tate, that shield, tate again is shield. It is proof that you are the greatest knight in the world. Sekai Saiko, best in the world. You might hear that word in the Olympics coming up if you watch the Olympics. And then best in the world. What are you the best of in the world? Kishi, the best knight in the world. And again, we see this word, Akashi, proof. So that shield is proof that you are the best knight in the world. So use that to protect the Yusha, protect the hero. Saikyo no Tateja, the strongest shield. So notice this kanji, sai, means like the most. And here we see two good ones. Saiko, best, and then saikyo, strongest. Notice we just see the different kanji here. So kyo means strong, that kanji. This one means high. It's the most highest thing. Saiko is the best, the most strongest thing. That's the shield. And not sure if we have these words, but if we don't, we could power up with some of those words too. The best of the best. The strongest of the strongest.
良いな。
You good? Probably not the best translation, but yoi means good.
はっ。
I am good.
さて勇者よ。道しるべとなる大樹は地に落ち、勇者の剣は魔王に奪われたと聞く。
Okay. So, hero. The guiding force for the hero, the world tree, has fallen. The hero's sword has been taken by the Dark Lord. So this is what we need to get back. Yusha no Tsurugi. Tsurugi is sword. We need that hero sword because it was taken by this guy, the Dark Lord. Mao. Dark Lord. Let's get it back.
しかしだ、わしはそなたの父ユグノア王からこんな話を聞いたことがある。
Huh. But I heard this from your father. I was confused there for a minute. I didn't think we were talking about... I forgot that he would have known our father, like, back in the day. Shikashi, but... Washi wa, so I know something. Sonata no Chichi. Chichi is father, so from your father, from the king, who was the king of this other kingdom, like I heard this story. Kono hanashi o kita. Ah, konnichiwa. Good to see you, Takamura.
ロトゼタシアにそびえる霊山、北のゼーランダ山と南のドゥーランダ山。
Alright, so we got a lot of mountains. Mountain. We got a lot of mountains. So in this world, we've got some mountains. A holy mountain, like a spirit mountain. It's north of this other mountain, and there's this other mountain. I don't really feel like reading about all these mountains because I don't care.
その山頂に住まう民たちは、何やら勇者とゆかりのある者たちらしい。
Okay, this is the important thing though. So on the top of the mountain, Sono Sanshoni. So on the top of that mountain, here's the summit, the word for summit. So the people who live there, they have some kind of connection to the hero. So Yusha to Yukari no aru monotachi ashi. So Yukari kind of means like a connection, so they have some connection to the hero. So this holy mountain, this spirit mountain, the top of it, I guess we need to go there. And yeah, RD, you are right, this is a great game. And to be honest, I'm feeling that even more this second playthrough. I played it in English, but playing it in Japanese with all of you is making me even love the game more. It's just a great game. And it's really good for Japanese, which I didn't even think of when I was playing it in English. It's got furigana, it's got so many voiced lines, it's got just solid characters, solid story, solid everything. It's just a solid classic RPG. Top to bottom.
あの話が本当であるとすれば、そなたは彼らに会うべきであろう。魔王を倒す助けを得られるやもしれぬぞ。
So yeah, if that story is true, you should meet them. They may help you defeat the Dark Lord. That sounds good to me.
ナプガーナ密林を西に進むと、ソルティアナ海岸に通じる谷がある。
Okay, so if you ever read something in Japanese that seems confusing, start with maybe something that seems a bit simpler. Just start like with the end of it sometimes. So tani ga aru. Okay, that's simple enough. If you don't know the words, you can look them up. Tani means valley. Tani ga aru. Okay, there's a valley. So start from there. Everything before that kind of modifies that valley. So there's stuff about this valley, but the main thing is there's a valley. We probably need to go there. So how do we get this valley? We go through like a jungle. Mitsuden is like a jungle. So go west. We go by this coast, and then we get to this valley. But the main thing is there's a valley. We're going to this valley. ID is there Japanese Quest roadmap. Like games that are coming up next. There kind of is, but it's not. It's not really. It doesn't tell you what we are going to play next. But I do have a map, so let me quickly show you the map because I put a lot of work into it at the beginning of Japanese Quest. So this map is Video Game Japan, and we started with Xenoblade 2, and we made progress playing other games like Odyssey, Harry Potter in Japanese, Breath of the Wild in Japanese, Seiken Densetsu, and now we're here. And so we see other games. We may play some of these games, but these games I mostly put on this map a long time ago, so this could change. But next, some possibilities. Ni no Kuni someday could be good. Great game for Japanese. FF7 could be good. Pretty good game for Japanese. What else? Ace Attorney. Solid game for Japanese. Chrono Trigger. Love that game. We'll play more games. Learn more Japanese from more games. And yeah, new party member 2 can join us on this journey and see where we go. And as we progress through these games, we will also progress in not just Video Game Japan, but also Japanese language Japan. So as we level up in the game, we'll level up in Japanese as well. That's the goal. So yeah, good question. There is a map, but it's not perfect in telling us where we're going, but it gives us a sense of where we're going. Yeah, that probably won't be one we play in the near term at least, because it is a bit more advanced, and I think it just wouldn't be so easy. Like, the language in the game goes kind of quick, it doesn't stop. So let's go back to the game here.
What does the scouter say about his power level?
Power level is rising. Yeah, good question. Any games you're playing in your own time at the moment? I just beat Ni no Kuni 2 over the weekend. And I was playing a bit of Dragon Quest 3 on my own time. Let me just show you what games I just bought recently. There was a sale for Golden Week, so I got Tales of Vesperia. I played a bit of that. I may play some of that. I had to get these 2 Final Fantasy games, 9 and 8, because they were on sale. And just, they're great games that I may want to play or may want to stream. I got the demo of this Persona Scramble game. I played the demo too of Jack Gene. Great game. So yeah, this is some of the games I've been playing recently. Alright, let's go back to the game. Seems like there's a Switch update I have not done yet.
そこを越えた先にある山間の関所を抜ければドゥーランダ山はすぐそこじゃ。
Okay, if you pass through there, you can get through this mountain checkpoint, and then you can find this mountain. So let's go there. Tebi, I see you're very into RPG. Well, what I'm into is games that have a lot of language. But in a way for this stream, not too much language. Like a visual novel, it's just a lot to absorb. But RPGs are kind of that sweet spot. They've got a story, they've got language, but they've also got a balance of gameplay. And so it's kind of a good balance for this stream, so that's kind of part of it. Whereas a game that's like a platformer, it's just too much gaming, not enough stream. Really? You started reading Kino's Journey? That's awesome. What do you think of it so far? It might be kind of challenging to start, but yeah, it's really nice. And you can get them all on Amazon Japan. I've read all 23 volumes, and what I found is if you read a bunch of them, you'll be at a point where you can read any book. There's so much variety in each short story. It's just a journey, just like this stream. It's a really, really good journey. I love it. Kino's Journey, Kino no Tabi. And you can watch the anime too if you want a sense of it. Very cool, very cool. So Wright says, back to learning Japanese again. Find myself studying, but then I wonder where to go. So I stopped learning. It's a vicious cycle. Any tips? Yeah, that's a good question for all of stream. But yeah, my tips, just find, it doesn't sound like maybe a good tip maybe, but just find ways to make it fun. Find ways to make it fun so that you'll just do it every day as a hobby. That's my main tip. It might be a game, might be manga, might be anime, might be whatever is fun for you. Could be light novels, could be like just follow your hobbies, combine your hobbies with Japanese, and find a way to do it every day. And just kind of make a decision. Cross a line. I'm gonna do this every day, and it's just what I do now. It's just for fun. Just make it your thing. That's my suggestion.
我らも預かり知らぬ道ゆえ何が起こるかわからぬ心して向かうがよい
Ooh, nice. That's a good one too. And this one too, I think you can read for free on the light novel website where it was originally written. That's the thing too. The good news is the more words you learn, the easier it gets. So if you do Japanese every day, if you read Japanese every day, reading really is the key. Unless you've got speaking opportunities all the time around you. Most people don't. If you read every day, each day gets easier. Each day gets easier. So, nani ga okoru ka wakaran. So we don't know what will happen on the path ahead. So yeah, just get ready. Let's do it. Yeah, this is a good suggestion too. For many people, having some routine that you simply do every day, like an Anki deck for flashcards, can be very, very helpful. So every day there's something for you to study, and then once you're done with that, you can do other things too, other fun things maybe. Yeah, having some kind of daily routine can really help. Back when I did Anki, I did that every day too. And eventually I got to the level where I could just read books every day, and that's now my exposure to the language. After I became a Japanese teacher, that's pretty much what I've been doing. Oh, sweet, yeah. Downloading the Raging Loop demo, yeah, awesome demo. Super long demo. Just like this one had a super long demo, but now sadly it does not. But, so now, if you want a super long demo in Japanese for an amazing game, Raging Loop, amazing visual novel, but kinda on the challenging side. Like, Kino's Journey we talked about, definitely easier to read. This game too, definitely easier to read. Yeah, it can be challenging, but the good thing about manga, you have the pictures to help. You've got the furigana to help. I'd recommend don't look up every word. Look up the words that seem important. See the words that you do know, and you'll start to recognize patterns. Look up the words that seem important, and little by little, you'll build up some new words. It'll get easier every day, like people said. It's about the journey. Okay, so now we are going... I don't totally know where we're going. I think north. The journey begins. Yeah, not knowing words, to be honest, it's an awesome place to be. It's like being on your journey, and like every forest, every mountain, every beach, I don't know what these drawings are, but they're all new. Everything you look up is a new horizon, a new possibility. It's all potential. It's all learning. And you can learn so many things in a day. As humans, we're like that. We're kind of amazing in that way. You can learn so much in a day. That's why it can be kind of addictive to play games in the language you're learning. It doesn't have to be Japanese, but just so happens there's so many good Japanese games. It might as well be Japanese. Okay, so where we're going is this jungle. We can see that jungle here, so this is where we're going. Good to see. So yeah, we've had a great talk about resources. So our journey will start through this wall, it seems. I'm going to take a quick break, and then our journey will continue. But down here, let's write some more resources here. So I will be right back. But even when I'm not here, let's get a list of some great resources, people. What do you use to learn Japanese? What do you use to say motivated in Japanese? Let's write those down here. Resources. What do you use to learn Japanese? So, Itakemas Japanese Quest will be back. Tadaima. Japanese Quest is back. Let's go. All right. Sa, ikimashou. First things first, break all barrels. Are you kidding me? They just maybe waste like 10 seconds of everyone's life for empty barrels. Why would this game do such a thing? So we're going this way. What is the situation with this guy? Is he riding something invisible? Like an invisible horse? What is going on? I don't know. Ooh, that sounds good. Shi no Mori. The Forest of Death. Let's go. We repaired the bridge, so that's good. Yeah, don't worry, we repaired the bridge. Go to the Forest of Death. Okay. I do enjoy Forest of Death. Sa, ikimashou. So next we are going to Kaigan, the coast of whatever this is. You'll notice sometimes I just like go quickly over the katakana because katakana is annoying. Read it. Of course you read it sometimes, you get a gist of it, but reading it every time, don't feel like it. Ooh, nice. Got some news in that Famicom Detective Club game I mentioned. Looks like it comes fully built with Furigana. Nice! If that's true, that's really good. So it might be a good resource for new learners. Yeah, that's great news. It seems like a pretty appealing looking game. Pretty cool looking. So finally we have Hendrik as a party member, which is very cool to see. Ooh, speaking of that, we should power him up, shouldn't we? Yeah, because check it out, he's got so many skills. Oh no, I forget which ones are good with him though. Well, let's see what he's equipped with first. So he's got a great sword, but I think we want him to have a shield. Ah, Oreo, konnichiwa. So we can use that shield that he got. The shield of Dundrasil. He just got. We might as well equip it. So this other hand must be just some other sword. So can't use that because it's two-handed. Right. Dundrasil sword, probably that's the best. Let's just double check. There's a Night Axe he could use. I don't know if we want an axe though. Looks good. Ooh, that sounds like it could be interesting. Someone on Reddit shared a tool which auto-generates Furigana. For what kind of context? He has nothing on his head at all. He must have something. We got a pendant, some more hit points. And might as well wear this. So for his skills, I remember he had one that was good that was like quad slash or something or other. Not sure how to get that, but he's using single-handed sword. So let's maybe go there. Let's just start doing stuff. Dragon Slash, decent. Got his own power, good. Defense is good. Strength is good. Attack, also good. Again, we're not looking at this too deeply because it's a lot, but what do we have here? Miracle Sword. I don't think I like that one really. Yeah, this one's pretty good, I think. We can see what the one is, the hidden one there. Ooh, it's the Super Slash. Ooh, that one's pretty good. I think we want that one. Let's save up for that. Yeah, that could be interesting. Sa, ikimashou. Let's find some new words somewhere in this jungle, maybe, or beyond. Let's go on a journey. Find some new words. Find some new people. Find whatever that thing is. It does not want to mess with us. So Burn says, found your channel a few days ago, still at the beginning of my quest. Nice catching you live. Yeah, good seeing you. Good seeing you live. Yep, we're all on our own journey. We're all on our own quest. This is a place for us to kind of all come together for a moment and share some time on the road together. We can share how we like to learn. We can share what works best for us. And really a big part of it, I think, is just encouragement. To feel like you're not alone on the journey is huge. If you feel like you're part of a community, a group of people kind of supporting each other, it can really help with that motivation so many people kind of talk about for learning languages. So welcome. Anyone else who's new? I'm a Japanese teacher. What we do here, we learn Japanese from Japanese games. I know I say that a lot, but that's what we do. And I think we're going the right way here. Let's hit some trees. Important part of learning language. Can we go up here? Let's hope so. Cole says, I love it when you repeat yourself, never gets old. Arigato, I try not to do it too much. But I just feel like people always come in and out. They're like, what is this? They might be so confused in the first, like, minute or two that they just leave. So I'm gonna be like, no, wait a minute. We're not just, like, running around with confusing overlays. There is a purpose. I am a Japanese teacher. We are a bunch of Japanese learners and teachers in the chat. And we're on a journey. And we're also looking for the way up this cliff. Anyone know that? It's true, we do have to represent. I would argue there are other Japanese teachers, but as far as I know, I might be the only Japanese licensed, like, classroom teacher teaching on Twitch. That, I think, is true as far as I know. But Game Grammar is certainly a Japanese teacher, too. You don't need a license to teach Japanese. Now, I argue that other Japanese learners that we have on Twitch, that we have in chat right here, can be Japanese teachers. And are sometimes Japanese teachers on Twitch, too, like, before we saw Unboxus, Callie and Kanji, they stream, too. And they teach some Japanese on their channel as well. So there are other Japanese teachers. It's not just me. And we can all level each other up. Learners and teachers. Good use of that emote there, Onyx. Yatta. Kleb, interesting, yeah. It really depends. Teachers come in... They can come in all different, I want to say shapes and sizes, but that's kind of weird. They'll probably be a general human shape and size. But beyond that, yeah, all kinds of different teachers. I kind of wish there were more shapes and sizes, though, for teachers. Like, I mean, in a way, that's why learning through games is cool, because here the teachers kind of are all shapes and sizes. Check it out. This guy right here, small shapes, small size. He can be a Japanese teacher in a way. You fight him, you might learn some words from him. We might see another shape and size, perhaps a giant dragon off in the sky. In a way, in a game, they can be your Japanese teacher too. So that's kind of the cool thing about games. Each character, each creature can kind of be a different Japanese teacher in a way. You kind of learn from everything. Yet another reason learning from games can be awesome. This guy could be a Japanese teacher. That triple... Nope. How many arms are we talking about here? How many arms? What? 3 arms. No, 6 arms. 2 legs? That guy is our new Japanese teacher. Check it out. So let's see what Japanese we can learn from him. Gaikotsu. The word for skeleton. So we've learned something from this Japanese teacher already. Very helpful. And also... Kenshi. A swordsman. A sword person. So we've got a skeleton swordsman. Thank you for being our Japanese teacher for this brief moment. Now let us kill you. Then maybe let's keep that teacher around. Let's take this guy down first. Yosh. Not the most helpful Japanese teacher we've seen, but they did teach us a few things. So thank you for that. Whoa, what? I thought we just killed this guy. What? That's funny, because it must have been that, like, we were chased by 2 separate guys, and they just both had the same guy. Eh? No, please not poison. Come on. We don't have cures for that. Exactly. We consume their energy, take their knowledge, level up. Yeah, we did see one new word maybe, like that word for swordsman, kenshi, we could add. I think the word for skeleton we have learned. Yeah, I believe Toriyama did draw most of this stuff. Like, a lot of these guys are based on his original designs. Alright, quick reminder, where are we going? This mountain? Yep, that's the mountain. So good, we're almost there. Oh no, poison. We have a few antidotes, I think. We could camp. Now let's just use an antidote. So, good word here. Doku, poison. Keshi, to erase. Let's erase the poison. And soul, herb. So, Doku Keshi soul. Let's use that. We see another Japanese teacher here. Let's avoid this one, though. I recommend Japanese teachers that do not try to kill you as your first goal. It's just ideal is to have a teacher that doesn't try to kill you. Not everyone agrees. Some people learn different ways, don't get me wrong. But as a general recommendation, ooh, nice waterfall. Anyone who's watched the stream for a while know that I'm into waterfalls, both in games and in real life. Anyone know the word for waterfall in Japanese? Gotta ask that one every time we see an awesome waterfall of this caliber. It's a good word, good kanji, my favorite kanji. We got it, Tebi. Taki. Waterfall. Good kanji. Check out that waterfall. That is no joke. And the kanji, of course, for waterfall, we can draw it here. We got the radical for water. These three droplets mean water. And then, behind the water, in the waterfall, we have also the kanji for dragon. I kind of drew it wrong, but it's basically like this. So you can imagine a dragon coming out of the waterfall. This dragon coming out of the waterfall. Because you have this water radical here. And out of the waterfall comes this kanji by itself, means dragon. And for that simple reason, it's my favorite kanji. Imagining that dragon rising beyond the waterfall. By the way, you can summon dragons for free on Japanese Quest if you have Amazon Prime. If you sub, it summons a dragon. So, that's a possibility. Ooh, we got the dragon. We got this, not the dragon, but the waterfall in the background. Not bad. No, come on. No more poison, please. Please, no more poison. Enough of these guys. They need to die. Yeah, exactly. And that kind of is all related. The Gyarados behind the waterfall, the dragon from the waterfall. Yeah, I believe that's related to the origin story of the kanji as well. Okay, I'm thinking we're going to this cave here. Fumoto no Dokutsu. So this word here means like the foot of the mountain, and then cave, the cave at the foot of the mountain. Let's go there. This is a new place for us. This strange area must be some treasure back here or something. I don't know. Yes, Greer, I believe so. I haven't researched that kanji recently, but I believe so. Oh no. Did not try to shoot this thing. Tried to open the treasure, but here we are. Nice, he's got the same attack. Yeah, since we're both kind of knights, we have similar techniques. He died. That one hurt. Exactly, it's a good metaphor for learning as well. We are all koi swimming up waterfalls to become dragons in our quest to learn Japanese. Well put. We like metaphors around here. Metaphors are powerful because they can move people to action, which is what is really important. If you have a good metaphor, that might be enough to find the motivation to swim up that stream every day. And it's not always up the stream. There's different parts of the journey. It doesn't have to always be hard work, but good metaphor. Konnichiwa. I actually have a list somewhere where I've written down all the different metaphors that we've talked about in Japanese Quest. Not all of them, but some of them that stuck in my mind. Not sure where that list is, but it's out there somewhere. Might have to add that one. I could go all day. Please do. Alright, so let's see. We're here at the camp. Let's rest at the camp. And quickly, let's see if we can make any new armor that we need for our friend. Or any new weapons. Let's see. Anything we need? So that's a two-handed. Don't think we really need an axe. What about armor? So again, this king armor would be nice, but we don't got the stuff for it. Let's leave it there for now. Check it out, he's training. So language is kind of like skill with the sword. Just kind of gotta make it a habit. Train every day. You'll get better and better. It gets easier and easier. Scott, hosto, arigato. Thanks for the host. Yosh. Okay, now let's try this cave. New territory on our journey. Sa, ikimashou. Alright. I guess working our way up the mountain. From the inside. Ooh, I think we need a mount. Not bad. Yeah, I'm digging the voice of Hendrik for this game. Glad it's this familiar voice from One Piece. Let's see, so we can do Habataku. Flap your wings, so go up. Or you can do Oriru to get off. Let's do the first one. None. Bakudan. Some kind of bomb rock. Not bad. Good to have a new Nakama that can do things like that. Let's try our new ability that we can do with our friend here. Ah, so I think that's like a... Yeah, strong defensive and attack move, it looks like. That looks pretty good. Yosh. What? That thing survives? Sorry I yelled there, but was surprised. Since the other one died with the same treatment. I feel like I would like this dragon to ride in real life. What do you think? I think that would be a good time. We must get all the sparklies for smithing in the future. Ooh, another waterfall. Taki. Taki ga arimasu ne. Can we fly through? No. Eh. So I think we pretty well explored this cave. Let's go up the mountain. Oriru. Ooh. Getting cold. Further up the mountain. Eh? Like I said, a dragon may appear and can be our Japanese teacher as well. Let's see what he has to teach us. Ooh, but we need to fight that bee though, don't we? Yosh. Kattaze. Let's try the dragon on for size. Let's get on our steed though. There we go. Ooh, it's a snow dragon. So let's see what we can learn. Let's do our dragon slash. We have a special slash just for dragons. Check it out. We can see the word for dragon in katakana. Doragon. Doragon giri. So we can cut the dragon. Just not just any dragon. It is a snow dragon. Snow dragon. Let's do it. Ooh, he did it too. I like the AI is smart enough to do the dragon slash here. Yosh. Not gonna last too long with 2 dragon slash knights. Yeah, that was a nice dragon. Oh no. Don't get off our B. Hey Kelly, you have any metaphor for learning Japanese that involves riding a bee? I'm just kidding, but it's just funny how like metaphors, they can really almost be, they can go almost anywhere. They can get weird and be fun in a way. Up the mountain. Oh yeah, I can feel a metaphor here for learning Japanese, don't you think? We can ride this bee up the mountain of the Japanese language. I don't know, something like that. Ooh, we see another waterfall. Yeah, that works too, Cole. Keep the stingers behind you. Some days you can ride a bee easily, other days you'll fall off the bee. See, even when you're just like trying to force yourself to make metaphor, I mean, it can be silly, but at the same time, it can be kind of a fun exercise, and there can be some truth that you can find there. Very convenient to have a dragon slash around here. Why didn't he do his dragon slash? I don't know. You disappointed the AI. I'm liking it. Good bee metaphors. Ooh, I like it from Betrothed too. Each learned word is a drop of nectar. See, there's so many directions you can go. That is the true strength of Japanese Quest. It's not just one teacher, it's many teachers. We all have different metaphors. We can combine them. Oh please. What did they just do? No, we're like confused. What? Exactly, it's very important. 2, you've got to find the right flower. Find the flower that has the best pollen for you. I don't know. It might be stretching, but yeah, it's kind of fun to think. There are so many different metaphors, and those metaphors can help give you a story to help you on your journey. Okay. Ooh, so what we need is the path up to the summit, the top. That's what we see here. Sansho e no dokutsu, the cave leading up to the top. And what is here? Some town is here too. Eh? Why is there a town here? Let's go there. Yeah, sounds good to me, Cole. No, why? Why would you fight us? We're a bee. We're your friend. We can make metaphors about you. Why will you fight us? Okay, so let's see where we are here. Any treasure? Nope. Let's try to go to this town, whatever this town's all about. Nani? Koreyori higashi ni. So to the east of here, I think that means here. There's a path. I was gonna say Michi. There's a path that goes up to the summit. Ah, tadashi, but Sato no yurushi no nai mono wa hairu bekarazu. But if you don't have the permission of the village, this is the word for permission, yurushi, then you cannot go. So let's go to the village and get permission. You think we have permission to ride a bee up in there? Oh, maybe we do. What? Please let the bee still be there. Please be there. Be there. Another idea for Japanese learning: be yourself. Sorry, I could not resist. No, it's not there. Okay, so this is the land of the hero, or some relation to the hero. Let's find out what it is.
しかし、大樹が落ちた場所から近いというのに、里は全く無事な様子。一体何があったのか。
So even though this is near where the world tree fell, 全く無事. They seem completely okay. 一体何があった? So what in the world happened? They got some powers, they got some skills around here.
その顔、見覚えがあるぞ。さては貴様、ベルカダール兵だな。
So that face, I recognize that face. You are a soldier from Dondrasul, and they're not happy. You can see with his eyes. Kisama. Who are you? Oh no, gotta fight these guys?
ベルカダールのものよ。これまで我が里を封鎖しよって忌々しい。我らドゥルダの民の怒りを思い知れ。
So know the rage of our people. You tried to seal us off before. Wait, what?
なんだこの動きは。どこから攻撃が飛び出すかわからん。油断するな。
Okay, don't let your guard down. That's the last thing here. So Yudon Suruna. Do not let your guard down. Yudon means to let your guard down. If you had Na, you're not doing that. And I find it's hard to teach Japanese when you've got a bunch of monks chanting. So maybe let's just sum up. We don't know where they're gonna attack from. Okay.
お前たちやめなさい。
Stop.
騒がしいと思って来てみれば何事ですか。里の外の方に無礼は許しませんよ。
So I heard it was loud and came, but what's going on here? We can't be rude to people from the outside the village.
散歩大僧長、違います。怪しいデルカダール兵が来たので取り調べていただけです。
Now we're just investigating me because some like suspicious people from Dundersill came.
デルカダール兵ですって。
Dundersill soldiers?
なるほど、確かに。ですが、あちらの若い方は兵士には見えませんね。
So yeah, you're right. But that younger guy there does not look like a soldier. Heishi ni wa miemasen. Heishi is soldier, does not look like a soldier.
あなたから感じるこの力は、もしや勇者様ではありませんか？
You can tell he's pumped now. So is this possibly... Let's check this out. Can I make these dots? Could this be Krillin? In like another life, potentially? Doesn't Krillin have these dots or something? In Dragon Ball? Slightly Krillin-like. He's gotta like work out a bit more to get those arms, but could be like a young Krillin, potentially. Just an idea. Because he is a monk, he is training. And yeah, same artist. So that power that I feel, could it be, are you the hero? So yeah, anata kara. So from you, I feel some power. Kono shikara, this power. Could it be the hero? Yeah, does Krillin not have a nose? Yeah, you might be right there. Hi. Wait a minute, we have to answer. So are we the hero, yes or no? I know people in chat sometimes like to mess with people like this, so let's answer. We can say, hi, we are the hero, or yeah, we are not the Yusha. Are we the Yusha, yes or no? We can say, hi, we are the Yusha, or we can say no and confuse this Krillin type character with a nose. So we have one vote for yeah, we have another vote for yeah, we are not the hero. Anyone else? Are we the hero, yes or no? Of course, the truth is we are the hero, but the votes say we're gonna say yeah, we are not the hero. Okay, we're gonna mess with this guy. Let's do it. Yeah.
何をおっしゃいますか？あなたから感じるこの聖なる力、とても隠せるものではありません。
So what are you saying? Like that power I feel from you, that holy power? It's not something you can hide.
なんと一目見ただけでお前の素性を見抜くとは。
Wow, so with one look, he can tell who you are. Wilco, konnichiwa. Good to see you. By the way, awesome streamer. If you're into like very professional speedruns of Super Mario 64, I believe that is what you specialize in right now, Wilco. Is that correct? Check out Wilco. Also, speedrunning Wanikani right now. Not sure if you ever stream much about Wanikani, but if you do, well, we'd be into that. Anyway, good to see you, Wilco. And so where are we here? So yep, good word here. Sujo. So they're able to see like your true identity. To see through, Minuku. So they see through that. Yep, so check out Wilco. By the way, we have a new power level. Not a new power level, but a new power. We have shout out power. Why don't we try to do our shout out power for Wilco? Because Wilco gave us a big host before. It was pretty cool. Let's do a shout out for Wilco too. So shout out Wilco. Let's see if it works. I think you do SO and then the name of the streamer. Sorry for my terrible writing here. It worked. Check out Wilco. Last playing Super Mario 64. I was right. Check them out if you're into speedrunning. very high quality speedrunning. By the way, I love that game. I wonder if that game has some Japanese we could play someday. Do you think that game has much Japanese, Wilco? Maybe we could stream it someday. Yaki Saba. Welcome to Japanese Quest. I do love the game.
どれだけ
Played
こ
in
の
English
時を
back in
待
the
ち
day.
わびたか。
And Mario Odyssey, I kind of was very into and very good at special jumps in the game. Never just speedrunning though. So Wilco, you play in Japanese, don't you? Because the fastest text speed? Yeah, I think that's right. How is the game in Japanese? Does it have some Japanese? Kana only, interesting, okay. But still, it's something. どれだけ So yeah, we've been waiting for you so long.
この者たちの無礼な振る舞い、大変申し訳ありませんでした。
I'm so sorry for how rude they were to you. Again, the word for this rudeness. 無礼.
後ほど里の一番高い場所にある大使の宮殿を訪ねてください。お話ししたいことがあります。
So please come to the palace in the highest place. I have something I want to talk to you about.
変わった子だな。まだ年若いというのに、こちらの心を見透かされるような不思議な威厳を感じる。
So it's a strange child. The word for child, ko, and to say strange child, kawattako. Kawattako da na. So strange child, isn't it? They're still young, but they're able to see through to our hearts, some kind of strange power. Good question. So yeah, no plans at the moment, but in general, I do really like Ace Attorney. I own the first one, and the third one, and the second one on Switch. So that game, no plans, but it's on my radar for sure. Ooh, very cool. Found a tool that orders kanji by frequency. Very cool. Yeah, by all means share the picture. That's what we're all about here. Sharing things that are useful to you might be useful to more people.
他に当てもない。とりあえず彼の言う通り、大使の宮殿に行ってみるか。
And someone could maybe put that on our Discord too. Someone could link the Discord if they want, with our Discord command. Because often finding things on Discord can be easier than on chat. Because chat, it's so ephemeral, but on Discord people could find it, could stick around for a while. Could be cool. And so yeah, let's do what he said, and let's go up to the palace, Kyuden Palace. Let's go there. And yeah, it says Daishi no Kyuden, so it's kind of like the Grandmaster's Palace. So there's our Discord, check it out. People can trade stuff, like resources, interesting videos, manga, stuff like that. And maybe this picture, whatever it is. Don't have time to look at it at the moment, because we have to go to this palace. But I'll check it out later. So sorry for our rude attitude before. Please forgive us. The word for attitude here, taido. What kind of attitude? Burena taido. Their rude attitude, sorry about that. Ah, cool, sounds good. So that's specifically on Wanikani, is it? Okay. Yeah, I think a lot of people we've met that use Wanikani, so that could be useful to people for sure. In fact, we did a poll a long time ago. The best Japanese resource, full stop. Wanikani won. About a year ago, anyway. So yep, go up there, palace. Up there, let's go. Really? Same voice actor as the Yusha? But I guess we don't really talk, do we? Huh. We could sleep, we might as well do that. Considering. We've got some mana to heal. Hi, Tomaru. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, it would kind of suck to be a voice actor and get this like amazing role, but then you've got no lines. Do they have like one line in the game, I feel like? I don't even know how many lines they have. Yeah, that's the hope. We got a new party member. The hope is this is a cozy place to learn Japanese, to relax. And, new party members can gather here. And, you can look down here, see the words we've already learned. You can look up here, see the words we are learning from the game. You can see our power level here. You can see it go up. You can see a cat. Here, you can see a cat. Here. All of these things can help us relax, can help us learn Japanese. I'm a Japanese teacher, I can help a bit too. That's what we do. We learn Japanese from Japanese games, but especially, like you said, we kind of try to relax and just make it fun. Because if learning just seems like learning always, you might not do it. The key is find ways to make it chill, make it fun. That's what we do here.
Yep.
Also, we can learn in context. So, welcome to say hello, and Dane. Yokoso, Japanese Quest. Welcome to Japanese Quest. Ooh, we can save here too. Nice. Cool. Arigato. Really? The voice also does Link on some Zelda games, another character that is generally unvoiced, generally no lines, and then, interesting. Morag on Xenoblade 2, that's the first game we ever played on Japanese Quest was that game, Xenoblade 2. Very cool. That was a good voice, too. Befitting. Welcome to Japanese Quest. Yokoso. Japanese Quest. Let's pray. You pray to save the game. Here's the word for prayer you can see up here. Inori, prayer. So you can say inori o suru, to pray. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Wilco. Imagine being like the voice actor for Mario. I guess Mario would be kind of cool because you do get to, like, not many lines, but like, it's me, Mario. But they're pretty good lines. I used to do a Mario voice when I was in Japan. I would go up to random Japanese kids and just start doing a Mario voice and try to convince them I was Mario. I don't recommend doing that. I was young. But I wouldn't probably do that now. At that time, I would try to convince them that I'm Mario. Were they scared? No, I think they just thought I was a very strange foreigner, which was true. I don't think it worked. I'd go up to them and say, "It's me, Mario!" Yeah, they would not buy it. But it was a good icebreaker. I might do it again someday. I haven't thought about that for a long time. It was a long time ago. But I used to do that, like, regularly. Just to Japanese kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've always been very into Mario, so I appreciate what you do, Wilco, speedrunning Mario games. You're doing important work. Let's see. As we are here, speedrunning the Japanese language. Actually, not speedrunning it. We're just. It's more of a journey. Not too fast, not too slow, just right. Here we go.
勇者様、ドゥルダ教へよくぞ参られました。私は里を治める大僧正サンポと申します。
Okay, so my name is Sanpo. So he's not Krillin, we know that. So welcome to welcome to the town of Doruda. So I'm the one, the lead monk who leads this place right now.
散歩大僧正、あなた方ドルダの人々は彼のことを知っているのか？
Yeah, I believe Mario is always the same voice in every language. Yeah, I believe so. And interesting, I didn't know they did different voices. So you know about the hero then here?
もちろんです。
Of course.
我々は16年前、勇者様がユグノアに生まれてから、
Huh.
ずっとその訪れをお待ちしていました。
So 16 years ago, when the hero was born, we've been waiting the whole time for the hero to arrive.
勇者のことを待っていた。それはどういう意味だ？
You waited for the hero? What do you mean? Again, we see the word for meaning today. So imi, meaning. So どういう意味? So what do you mean? What do you mean you were waiting for the hero?
訳をお話ししましょう。さあ、あの旗を見てください。
So I'll tell you what we mean. Look at that flag. You see the word for flag here? So hata, flag. Ano hata, that flag. Let's see that flag. Where is it? I don't know. Let's see it. Ah, here we go.
ドゥルダは古来よりユグノアとゆかりのある里。ユグノアの王家に生まれた男子は幼子の6年間里に修行に出されるという掟があります。
Okay. So this place we're talking about, Doruda. So this wall particle can really help you because you know now this is the topic of all of this. So let's talk about this place. So from long ago, we had a connection to the kingdom of the hero, the kingdom of Yugunoa. So yes, Yukarigaru means a connection to that place. And it's the child who's born to that royal family. When they're 6 years old, or no, Osanago no 6 nenkan, so 6 years, they would train here. And that is a rule. That is like a tradition of the royal family there. So a couple keywords. 6 nenkan, 6 years. So nenkan is like a number of years. And then okite, a rule. So okite ga arimasu. That rule is there. And welcome to Reizi-san. New party member. The hype for Japanese on Twitch is real. Let's go, let's level it up. If there's more people, let's level it up more. Let's get more party members. Let's find more words too. Let's make the power level go up. New words go here, by the way. Let's go.
ユグノアの王子として生まれたあなたも本来は里に修行に出されニマ大使に師事するはずだったのです。
Okay, so you were born as the prince of this country. So originally, like you were gonna train here.
不幸にもユグノアが魔物に滅ぼされ、それは叶いませんでしたが。
But monsters destroyed your country, so unfortunately that did not happen. I talked to a friend of mine about your stream. Apparently he watched you back when you played Harry Potter. Oh, nice. Really? Because back when we played Harry Potter, there's like 5 viewers for Harry Potter. There's like our lowest viewers ever on Harry Potter. It got a bit rough towards the end of that game. But if they watched back then, they are a true Japanese quester. Alright, nice. Yeah. Actually, on YouTube, a lot of people have found the videos on YouTube, the Harry Potter ones. They got more views there. Harry Potter videos is how I found this channel. Really interesting. Yeah, I mean, sometimes there are more than 5, but like, the only time we had an average of single digits was Harry Potter for viewers back in the day. And it wasn't the first game we played. It was like the 4th game we played. Or the 3rd game we played. No, I think the 4th game we played. Because we went Xenoblade 2, Celeste, Odyssey, Harry Potter. Then I think Breath of the Wild. And, so Moshi, so if your fate had been different, you would have come here when you were young. And you would have lived here for 6 years. Oh, nice. Advertise on my Tumblr. Arigato. I do appreciate it. I found through Reddit. Yeah, when we first started on Japanese Quest, I made a post on Reddit that was one of the top posts, like, of that month, or at least, yeah. But now I feel like the way the Japanese Quest Reddit is, I don't probably want to post again. So I don't like how they say, like, approved self-promotion. They write now, the mods do. I don't like that. So I'm not going to post this on Reddit again, but if someone else wants to post Japanese Quest on Reddit someday, since we're doing it every day right now, it may be relevant. You could make a post if you want. I probably won't do it again. I don't go to Reddit so much as I used to anyway. But yeah, great community of learning Japanese on Reddit, on the Learn Japanese subreddit, and some other Reddits too, like the Japanese Reddit as well. Japanese resources is another good one. Alright.
しかし、その師匠になるはずだった肝心のニマ大使はどこに?
But so where is the Grandmaster? Or the great monk Nima, who would have been our teacher? Yeah. After the break. Yeah, I think a lot of the people here are from kind of after the break. YouTube recommendations, nice.
我らの指導者ニマ大使は魔王によって世界が崩壊した時、その衝撃から里を守るため巨大な守護法人を展開しました。
Okay, so the great monk, when the world was kind of destroyed from that large shock, Sato o mamoru tame, to protect the village, they created a great defensive seal, or defensive magic, basically.
その強力な結界によって里は助かりましたが、自らの命を犠牲にしたニマ大使はそのまま帰らぬ人となったのです。
Huh. But making that great barrier, the village was saved, but they kind of sacrificed themselves to do it, and they still have not returned. But the important thing, I guess, Sato wa tasukarimashita. The village was saved.
そうだったのか。ニマ大使はこの里を守るため犠牲に。
Yeah. It's good to be streaming again, but just a heads up, we may not be able to go every day with the regularity we're going now. It's possible I'll get like a full-time Japanese teaching job that would interfere with doing this as consistently as we have been doing it. So let's enjoy this time when we do have Japanese Quest every day, because that may change. But I would like to continue in some way, even if I'm doing more full-time teaching, which would be so much of my attention that I couldn't stream probably every day like I'm doing right now. So let's see. Yep, so they sacrificed themselves. And yeah, I'm glad to be back. The journey goes on.
ニマ大使の代わりにあなたにお見せしなければならない場所があります。宮殿の裏にある大修練場まで来てください。
So please come to our training area behind the palace. So I'll try to train you in exchange for the other sensei, at least a little bit. And yep, we got the Discord. So yeah, even if it's not live all the time. And yeah, so far I have not let my students know that I stream on Twitch. I kind of keep the things separate, but who knows, someday that could change too. But yeah, someday we might stream, but not all the time, depending on my in real life schedule. And sorry to interrupt you, Greg, but so yeah, I'm not sure if we're for sure that the other teacher has died, but if they have died, seems like they have died. Zannen daga, so that's very unfortunate. But let's go to this training ground. Yeah, and that could change, but yeah, it's kind of fun to do it. This is its own thing, and real life teaching is its own thing, and we'll see someday if they do combine a little bit more, but for now, things seem good. Yeah, it's a fair question. So this guy's gonna train us too, it looks like. Anyway, I don't feel like reading everything he has to say, because we're supposed to go upstairs. Let's do that. We can see, yeah, the great training area. Shugyo is training. Shugyojo, training ground. Dai Shugyojo, great training ground. Looks good. It's gonna be saved before we go up there. See if we can get a view here too. Nice view of the mountains. I'm a fan of snowy mountains where I live. Kinda have to be a fan of snow. Here in Minnesota. Yosh, we can save here. Yeah, the snow has finally stopped. Bruise, good question. I think it can kind of be a bit of both for that word. Shugyo, training. Can be kind of spiritual training as well as physical training. It's true. It is true. Can't have snow all the way into May sometimes. This year's been a bit better. So nice view of the mountains. So I'm kind of digging this view. I'm thinking we might end the stream here today because we've gone over our 2 hours, which is what we do every day, at least 2 hours. So I will say, ja! Mata ne. Japanese Quest will continue tomorrow. And hopefully we will have our great training that we missed out on when we were a kid. We'll go to the top of this mountain, the top of this palace, and we'll see what there is to learn. and we will level up in the game. We will level up in Japanese. Japanese quest will continue. Ja! Matane, otsukare! And let's level up another Japanese streamer as well. Like we always do, find another Japanese teacher. Let's find out who there is. Let's see, who's teaching Japanese, learning Japanese right now? Who is out there? So today, it looks like again, Pink Cotton Company is right now learning Japanese through Resident Evil Village. Let's host them again. Great streamer learning Japanese through games, much like we are. They speak Japanese a lot to practice too on their stream, which is pretty awesome. So let's raid their channel and spread Japanese learning hype all the way to Resident Evil Village as well. Is it a village called Resident Evil? I don't know. Anyway, ja, matane. See you next time. Japanese quest will continue tomorrow. Raid is about to start. Ja, matane. See you everyone. Right, say hello. Kazumi, Callie, Tebi, ID, say hello. Minna, ja, matane. Japanese quest will continue.